Knights of Malta are sworn to serve the dead one while he's living, and even while he's dead, you see. They're sworn to serve the office of the papacy. That's what people don't understand about these elitists. They take a solemn oath when they are given the knighthood to do this. Who gives them the knighthood? Well, the Queen of England. It comes through those auspices. It's all part of the Freemasonic system. It's at the upper level. So these people are crusaders. They're serving that mark of Cain that you saw on Dead Man's, Picasso's painting. They're serving the cross. This crusade is what Bush said when they invaded Iraq. This, after 9/11, this crusade, this war against terror is going to take a while. Why did we use crusade? Crusade is a trigger word. It's a subconscious trigger word. It was used 1,000 years ago. It's been used ever since. Whenever they want to destroy somebody, they use it. Crusade. And who do they turn it on? The Christians, not just the Catholics. So this Catholic action is being prosecuted by everyone who calls himself a Christian, and now we even have we have Muslims who join forces with them and are prosecuting the crusade. And I'll show you evidence of that. Next slide, please. Thank you. So, on the right-hand side we have Fitra. On the left-hand side we have anti-Fitra. This is the crusade. That's the mindset of the Crusaders. They want to destroy Fitra. Fitra is something that everyone is born with. Every human being is born with. There's a war. What is the crusade is against Fitra. It's against the inborn sense that God gave you, that God gave all of us. Next slide, please. So, how do they do this? Well, here's a very interesting story from Habib. Prophet Muhammad was passing by the palm orchard. He said, well, they were going to pollinate the palms and the plants, and he said, I don't think that's going to work. So the people stopped. And then the palms, they didn't pollinate, they didn't bear fruit. A little bit later, the prophet said, well, what do I know about worldly affairs? I am a prophet. What do I know about worldly affairs? What happened here? Religious leader gives an uninformed opinion. Uninformed opinion. Right? People deny the truth of their own knowledge and experience, and they stop thinking. And it affects what they do. They actually stop doing something that they knew would work. Because the prophet said, I don't think that will work. You see how easy it is to manipulate people. Significance here is that the prophet admitted his error. He said, well, what do I know? I'm just a prophet. I don't know about these things. I was just giving my opinion. I don't think that will work. Today's religious leaders, these elite, they do not admit this. And that's the difference. Like so many doctors, they pretend to know it all. Yeah, that's what they do. And when this is authoritarianism, this is fascism, this is neo-patriarchy. If you look up, do an online search, look up Arab neo-patriarchy. You'll find out it's not modernity and it's not Islam. It is fascism. And what is fascism? It's Romanism. What is Romanism? Catholic action. What is Catholic action? The crusade. That's what it is. Next slide, please. So worldly affairs, let's get into worldly affairs here. As administered by the sociopaths of Cain's Creed. This is what we're talking about here, worldly affairs. We have the right-hand path of Satanism. What is it? Well, we've got the three kings. We three kings of Orient are da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You've heard that song? It's a Christmas song. The three kings, what are they? They're the three stars that point to the star Sirius. And this forms a system that shows where the sun's going to rise at the winter solstice. This is astrotheology, and it has become a form of Gnosticism or esotericism. It became religion. That son became the Son of God. Here's Pharaoh's. This is actually taken from one of the hieroglyphs. This is Pharaoh's servants. These are priests of Pharaoh down here. They are worshiping the sun god. This is where it comes from, up here. That's where it comes from, Sirius. Now, Iblis has told some of these people that he actually is a fallen angel from Sirius. I'm serious, okay? He's convinced these leaders that if they follow him, and that if they follow his plan, and they do all this conspiracy, and they follow everything, that he's going to be returned to power because God made a mistake. You see? God made a mistake. I mean, look at you guys. You were following me, right? That means I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. What happens? He pretends to be the high priest of the unknown, the unseen. Okay? These initiates, they follow him, and they stop thinking. And they start to follow their own lusts. It's very simple. And that's what they've done. You have ancient mystery religion based on astrotheology or occultology. It's institutionalized Gnosticism or Esotericism for the selfish control of others. This is causing your conspiracy. That's what it is. It's just a bunch of sociopaths. They're selfish people in positions of power, forming networks of sociopaths. These are the Polarocrats. The globalist movement is the new imperialism. It is the crusade of the Fourth Reich of Romanism. You had the First Reich up until the Dark Age. Then you had the Second Reich, which was the Holy Roman Empire after the Crusades. Then you had the Third Reich of Hitler, fascism. Now you have the new imperialism. This is the Fourth Reich. It is all Romanism, all of it. Left-hand path of Satan. That's what we have here. The result is a permanent war against non-sociopaths who are seeking to follow their fitra. Muslim, non-Muslim, doesn't make any difference. They are at war with your common sense, no matter what faith you're following. Next slide, please. These are the three basic satanic tenets of the current crusade. One, moral relativism. What's good for you is not necessarily good for me. Okay? What I believe doesn't necessarily have to gel with what you believe, because what I believe is good for me and what you believe is good for you. So truth is relative. That's a lie. It's a satanic lie, and it's a very well-calculated lie. The next one is social Darwinism. Social Darwinism, survival of the most ruthless. Survival, not of the fittest. Because they can kill the fittest. Alright? It's the survival of the most ruthless, the most cunning. The ends justify the means. This is a Jesuit principle. That's what it is. The Jesuits, they follow this principle. Did this come from the Jesuits? No. The Jesuits borrowed it from their predecessors, the Rosicrucians. Did it come from them? No, they borrowed it from other cults that can be traced far, far back all the way to Cain, Babylon. Okay? Now, the third principle here is eugenics. Who gets to live and who gets to die? They decide, not you. They want to decide. And they're doing that. They're practicing eugenics right now. It's going on as I'm speaking here. They are practicing eugenics, and it's done through the medical system. It's done through immunizations. That's one of the ways. There's many ways to practice eugenics. Death for the unworthy or the useless, as prosecuted by the elite. This is Luciferianism. This is Satanism. This is fascism. This is part of the crusade. And they're using every institution under the sun to prosecute this crusade. And these are their three major principles. Next slide, please. The result, left-hand path, you have a conspiracy of who? Magi. Magi. These are magicians, worshipping the sun god. Who's the sun god? Iblis. He set himself up as the bringer of light. Total control based on hidden knowledge, esotericism used against the ignorant. You're the ignorant. You're the profane. You don't know this stuff, you see. How is it achieved? The right-hand path. They study the left-hand path, and then they use the right-hand path of Satanism to manipulate the public all over the world. Dialectics, propaganda, mental control, the Casa, 1% versus the Amma, 99%. We're all part of the 99%. They're the 1%. Now let's look at this 1%. You've got 6 billion people in the world, right? So this 1% of that, you've got about 60 million. Well, how many Jews do you have in the world? About 15 million at the most, 20 if you push it. So it's not a large number of people. What we're talking about here, we're talking about a Judeo-Christian alliance of less than 15 million people. They're not Jews. Jews who call themselves Jews, but they're not Jews. Okay? And we know that from Revelation. Thank God for Revelation. We wouldn't understand this. They're controlling 60 million bureaucrats throughout the world who are controlling 6 billion. Okay? So if you want to practice hijab, you got to go after those 60 million, okay? Or if you just want to cut off the head, you're going to find out who those, that 1% of that 15 million, okay? That's just a rough estimate of the numbers we're dealing with. It's a small number of people, and they are abusing the entire world. Why? Because good men are not following the Sunnah and stopping them. That's why. Not because they can, it's because we're not stopping them. Now, how is it achieved? I just told you it creates. You get a boxed-in mentality. This is repression via neo-patriarchy. That's what it is. This is authoritarianism. It is fascism. Dad, what does that mean? I said sit down and shut up. The kid doesn't answer questions. He doesn't ask questions anymore. That's neo-patriarchy. That's authoritarianism. Boxed-in mentality, all spheres of thought. Why the Al-Quran warns us against sectarianism and reformers. Beware of reformers. Those are not my words. That's out of the Quran in English. Next slide, please. Sectarianism in particular. Tribalism, that's what it is. Asibiyah. Oh, okay. So here's an example of the Crusade. This is right from the military, American military. They have an Officers Christian Fellowship. According to their executive director, Lieutenant Air Force Lieutenant Bruce Pfister, the global world war on terror is a spiritual battle of the highest magnitude, continually confronting an implacable, powerful foe. You, who hates us and eagerly seeks to destroy us. This is their mentality. And if they don't really believe that, they're teaching the soldiers in uniform that that's what the reality is, that you hate them and you want to kill them all. You, this lady up there with this white, these are Palestinians before Al-Nakba. This is the enemy. This is the Catholic action. Crusade, trigger word. It's a psychological subliminal trigger word. Crusade. Get that sword out, start marching. Onward, Christian soldiers. Yeah. And they wipe out everything in their path. Next slide, please. The first crusade, we see this from Al-Quran. Did I not charge ye, O ye sons of Adam, that you worship not the devil? Lo, he's your open foe. Recite to them the truth of the story of the two sons of Adam. Behold, they each presented a sacrifice. It was accepted from one, but not from the other. Said the latter, be sure I will slay you. Be jealous? Envy? Anger? Hatred? the selfish soul of the other. Selfishness. That's what it is. What is this crusade? Pure, unadulterated selfishness. It is anti-socialism prosecuted by psychotic sociopaths. That's who they are. Selfishness led him to murder his brother. He murdered him and became one of the lost ones. That's the first crusade. Next slide, please. Cain's Creed. These are the principles. Human nature is unredeemable. You're bad. All of you, you see. You cannot be redeemed. So, since human nature is unredeemable, they create absolute hierarchy of masters and slaves, or the initiate and the profane. You're all the profane. You see, you don't know the hidden knowledge, the hidden secrets. That's what they want. You're profane. If you don't know them, if you're not initiated, you're profane. Profane people are sheep to be led by the masters for slaughter and for shearing. Take your money, take whatever. It belongs to them. You're just there. If you enjoy anything, it's only by their leave, you see. Because they haven't taken it or they don't need it yet. When they need it, they'll take it. And if they need your life, they'll take that too. What happens? What happens as a result? Law of the jungle, social barbarism leads to tyranny. You have to learn to control. If you're going to become part of their system, whether you are a leader or not a leader, you join that system, you become part of it, and you have to control those under you. You do not do this through their submission. You have to force them into submission. So it's imperialism, competition, win at all costs. It leads to war. This is the easier path via the eradication of free choice. So if you can't, it's a lot of trouble to kill people all the time. So it's better to kill their free will. If you kill their free will, the right side of their brain, and get them to conform to the left side of the brain, then they become automatons. They're patriotic. Seek higher. This is not a Nazi salute. This is Rome's salute. Hail Caesar! We are about to die. Salute you! That's what it is. That's the Roman salute. All of this is Romanism. So, if you cannot destroy them, it's too expensive to destroy them, it's too much trouble to destroy them, and you want to keep them around so you can just keep on getting taxes, you control their mind, conspiracy, join us and become a slave master. So, you join the political party, you vote for so-and-so, and you become a slave master. You get a position on the board or whatever, you become a slave master. This is not Islam. Mind control via manufactured consensus. So what they want to do is get people to conform. This is reform. They're reforming you to conform to their principles so that you follow their flags, their signs, their symbols, and support them. And all the time, they're pretending to be the agents of God. Especially the Pope. Next slide, please. Methodology. You have your exoteric cults. This is the right-hand path. What are your exoteric cults? Your common denominator religions. That's what they are. These are exoteric cults. Sectarianism, universalism, especially ecumenicism, which is something that the Jesuits love, and you have all these, oh, let's have a dialogue for peace and peace movement. Stay away from them. There is no such thing as peace. It cannot be had. The peace that Jesus was speaking about at the Mount of Olives was the peace that you made with Allah. You can't make peace on earth. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. No. peace in your heart, and Allah's goodwill to the individual who chooses to submit and to become enslaved, but not to these people. These are not slaves of Allah. They use this religion, this peaceism, this dialogue, to manufacture consensus so that you think everybody is going to get along together. They determine what is talked about. They determine what is right, what is left. There's nothing else to talk about. They're the ones that have said that those people who follow the Sunnah are fundamentalists. They made that term. Now you use that term, it's becoming like a curse word, fundamentalist. No, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Outcome-based education policy, favoring socialism, consensus building, fellowship, brotherhood, Masons, Rotary. You got a Rotary Club here, don't you? Of course. They're equestrians. What is equestrians? Romans, Roman knights. That's what they are. It's part of the ancient Mithraic religion. What's it doing here in Malaysia? I thought this was a Muslim country. Huh? All right. Knights of Columbus, Boys and Girl Scouts. Yeah, you got how many? You got Boys and Girl Scouts here? Stay away from them. They are manufacturing consensus. That's what they're doing. Badges. We'll look at those later. Left-hand patterns. These are the esoteric cults. These are the hidden cults that you don't see. The Freemasons, you see them. At least you know about them. What about the ones you don't know about? These are the esoteric cults. Okay? And here, Magi initiates are at the very top. This circle. It doesn't go down the pyramid very far, does it? There's only a few. And even within this few, not all of them know what's going on. The higher you get up, the less people really know what the real purpose is. Okay, next slide, please.